Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of live learning at Vue Storefront. Today we have a special guest, Michael Bromley. He is the founder of Vendure. Welcome, Michael. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I'm doing very well. Excited to do my first ever live stream. Fingers crossed. Let's hope everything goes good.
Yeah, no pressure. It's mostly me doing the coding so you can relax and give your input. So for everyone who is tuning in, the format of this is going to be because I am kind of new to Vue Storefront. I still have a lot of stuff to learn. So we decided to make a live show out of what I'm learning. So today I will be learning about Vendure and the Vendure integration, which means we connect the Vue Storefront front end to their back end. So that's what we're going to do. But first, Michael, tell us a little bit about Vendure. What is it exactly, and what's a little bit the history of it?
Sure. So Vendure is a headless commerce framework. Headless commerce means it's e-commerce, so it allows you to set up storefronts, web shops. Headless in that it exposes just an API, and you are responsible for building the client application. In this case, Vue Storefront does all the hard work for you. So it's been going for about over 3.5 years.
Nice.
The background is that my family company in the UK is an online art supplies retailer. They sell paints and brushes and so on. About 15 or so years ago, I built them a website, PHP, MySQL. My first big programming project, actually. I bought one of these, these big books you used to get, and it has a CD in the back, and it tells you how to do it. And this book actually came with one of the examples was an e-commerce store. So I was like, wow, this is perfect. So I followed the tutorial and then just kept building, and this became our website.
Cool.
But yeah, you can imagine like something that like a teenager's built 15 years ago. At some point, you got to replace it. So yeah. About 4 years ago, we were kind of looking for new solutions, and looking at the open source e-commerce landscape. There's a lot of stuff out there, but I felt there was a gap out there for something like modern node-based TypeScript using GraphQL. Using like the kind of modern tools and workflows that I'd come to get used to in recent years. And so I thought, hey, I'm going to build another one, and that's Vendure.
Nice, cool. So first now I'm going to outline a little bit what I'm going to attempt to do, at least what I'm trying to do, and then we go to that. So first we're going to create the Vendure backend and show a little bit how that works. Then we create the Vue Storefront frontend and connect it to that Vendure backend. Then we create something that's called custom fields in Vendure, which is adding to an existing model, like a product, for example. Then we load those in Vue Storefront and display them. This is a little bit more tricky and workaroundy, but we basically replace the default GraphQL query with another one, and there are some mechanics that we have to do there. When we have that, when we can display our custom fields, we try something else. We explore something that's called the Vendure image transformation API. Allows us very easily to manipulate images that are loaded onto the Vendure background. And then we, as an example, we will implement some of that into our Vue Storefront application. All right. So I suppose I will just, hold on, share my screen and we get going.
Oh, and thank you, Amadeus, too, for the comment. Very kind.
Okay, I had the comment. Nice. Oh, I can also show this.
Oh, fancy. Okay.
Oh, nice. Nice thought, Amadeus. All right, so let me add my screen. Perfect. I will hide this. All right. So I think a good place to start is the Vendure. The Vendure. I will just go Vendure docs here, getting
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, here we go. Installing some various various things you can do to it. I usually use Yarn.
Okay.
Actually,
Sorry, I was going to say if you can use npx and it will detect if you have a yarn installed, it will actually use yarn under the hood.
okay, then I will do that. So this and then the name, I will add that. Okay, let's just go to my terminal. This and no, hold on. I will create. Yeah, I did a demo, so we don't run into completely unexpected things yesterday. So yeah, view start from live coding. This is where I will do my work. All right. So now I create. Oh, I overwrote this. I will call this vendor app. Okay. And I will use PostgreSQL. What is it? I have this on local. Is it even running? Yes, it is running. Database name vendor name. I think it's my name. It doesn't have a password. Very safe. TypeScript is fine. Populate with sample product data, please. And super admin password and username. All right.
Okay, now we get
There
to
we
see
go.
how quick your internet connection is.
It should be quite fast. Waiting a little bit. Oh wow, we have 12 people watching, which is nice.
Hey, cool. Let me see.
Oh, what happened here? Oh, the database vendor doesn't. Yeah, okay. That's my that's my fault. The database doesn't exist. Okay.
That's all right. This just makes it more real and relatable, doesn't it? Stuff like this.
Create database vendor. Okay, this should work. Sorry, everyone. Let's do this again. Okay, just let me move and try again. Now, again, PostgreSQL local. Now the database exists. Perfect. The name is marked for TypeScript, please. Yes, data. Super admin username and password. All right. Second attempt. It would be a live stream if something wouldn't go wrong.
I know. People would think we pre-recorded it if we don't make mistakes.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for joining. The 13 viewers we have at the moment. Oh, it passed the generating. Yeah, now.
Ooh, it's fast. Wow. Okay, it's really fast.
It's connection.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, so thanks everyone for tuning in. Please stay tuned for some more coding. All right, so now we just go into. Oh, we don't have to install anything.
I mean, it's installed. It's done. CD Vendure app.
Just go. We just started and. So anyone who is wondering about what processor I have in this machine is an M1. So if you have an M1, it's going to be more or less this speed, except stuff that are loaded from the internet. All right, so we have a few things here. Something that's called the shop API, something that's admin API, assets server. What is the what can you tell us a little bit about each of these
Yeah,
Like the
sure.
admin API? What is
So there
what?
were two GraphQL APIs, the shop API and the admin API. The shop API is the one that you would use when you're building your storefront. So this exposes queries like products, search, and then mutations like add item to order, you know, and the checkout flow, this kind of stuff. The admin API is what you use when you're building your inventory, you know, managing orders, managing customers, setting up all your config, and this is used by the administrators of the store.
Okay, cool. And the assets
Oh yeah,
server?
okay. Assets. Oh yeah. So asset server. This is actually part of a plugin which comes with by default. It's called the asset server plugin, and this allows you. This is basically serving the images or other assets, but usually images. And it comes with some nice features like automatic image transforms, so you can crop and resize on the fly
Nice.
with just with the query parameters, and it will then cache them, and it's nice and fast. So that's that. Then the dev mailbox. This is part of the email plugin. It allows you to, you know, when you're doing transactional emails, like you've created an order, you want to check that the email gets sent. In dev mode, it will go into the dev mailbox, which is just a very simple little app which will show you what the email will look like. So you don't have to use a real kind of email provider to send an actual email when you're just developing. And the admin UI is our default kind of dashboard for administering your store. It's just a plugin. If you want to write your own admin interface, you're free to do that. But the default admin UI is very full featured.
Okay. I would say let's take a look at the UI. Oh, we opened in my other. All right. I suppose this is what we put the super admin.
Yeah.
Username and password. Remember me, please. Okay, $0 made. Oh.
I'll do something about that soon.
All right, so here we have some products. Nice, and we can edit those products. We can give it a name. And variants. Oh, cool. So variant, like you also know from Amazon and this kind of stuff where you have like you order a cable and it's like 1 meter long and 2 meter long, 3 meter long, 5 meter long. All right, and the different colors and settings. Cool. All right. Cool. Facets. What is that?
Yeah, you can think of these like tags. So you can attach labels to your products, and they're organized into you've got facets, and each facet has one or more values. So, for example, at the top we've got the facet plant type, and then the two values are indoor or outdoor. And this is really useful in the search interface in your storefront, where, you know, like for example, Amazon, on the left-hand side, they have this bar where you can filter by different properties of the products. So this is the use case for facets, the main use case anyway.
Okay, cool. Collections. Oh yes, like categories, sort of.
Yeah, it's like categories. They can be nested, so you can build menu structures from this.
Right, the assets are the images that are in this case pre-populated because I selected this in the create process. Nice. And then the rest is orders, and I'm going to go more into these details. What I'm interested in is mostly the product. And but I wanted to see the shop API. This is where we can read the where we can query the database or the GraphQL interface. So here I prepared a statement which gets the product and it loads the ID and the slug. What other? I don't know by heart.
You should be able to press like I don't know, like Command and space maybe.
Oh,
and then you get a full
there
list.
we are. have description, for example. All right, and then we can query those things. Cool. And here I put the ID 1, so if we put ID 2, we could just go through the products in this case. So if we want a specific product, we can use this query, and all right, we will get back to that a little bit later when we implement this. But now I would be very interested in how to add that custom field. I will just go ahead and do as if I would be doing custom field, customizing models with custom fields. That sounds like something that custom fields allow you to add your own custom data properties to many of the Vendure entities. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Let's say I have a product, and here the products have only a name, a slug, and a description, and then the images and the variants, and probably some other things that here. But I want, let's assume I have a manual for this laptop, and the PDF for downloading this manual is not here on Vendure, but for some reason I have it, let's say, on the AWS cloud or something, and I want to link it here. So I would want to add a link. So I would have to go to the Vendure config and add this. Let me go to my. Okay, I will just open up this in VS Code. There we are. Make it a little bit bigger. Oops. There. All right. I don't know if maybe I will zoom in a little bit more.
Yeah.
I know this is usually an issue with live streams. Okay, the config. Yeah, I suppose it's this one. Vendor config. Here, okay, here I can already see custom fields. I will go ahead. I will just add, like, I will just copy this and then customize it for my needs. That's usually what I do.
Me too.
Just copy and then, okay, I will just add one thing. Let's call it manual PDF, something like that. And it's going to be a string. So is there something else we have to take care of? The following will occur. The data's column will be added. Oh, cool. So, Michael, when I load my news, when I reload my server, what happens? So the database gets changed.
Yeah, that's right. So custom fields are stored as are represented in the database as columns. So Vendure will automatically make these changes to your database. In the setup you have now, which is kind of suitable for development, it will do that automatically. You don't need to do anything. It will just happen next time you start the server. In production, you would probably want to actually create a migration script, which Vendure will help you to generate as well.
Okay, nice. Okay, so this is good enough for me. And no, this, okay, I think that's all I need for now from Vendure, from at least. Let's run the server again. All right. Do I still have it open here? Okay. This is the products we had before. If I reload the site, we should see some. Indeed. So here are the custom. Okay, that was easy enough to add custom fields to Vendure itself. Let's just PDF dummy. We have one on W3. I will just copy this as I don't have a real PDF ready. Doesn't really matter. In our demo, I will just update this. Okay, now I would suppose. Okay, so you said that the database is altered, so I suppose it's also typed now. So if I go
It
to
should be,
custom
yeah. So the GraphQL
fields,
API is also
and
extended
then here,
automatically.
yeah, that's cool. It suggests me the manual PDF URL. Okay, so I suppose it's null because we entered in
Oh, we need product one,
ID
don't we?
one. Yeah, product one. Yeah,
There we
so
go.
there we go. So the backend part is done, I suppose. Nothing much more to do. We have the GraphQL query that works. Now we have to implement all of this into Vue Storefront.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we actually have to create a Vue Storefront app first. Okay, let's go Vue Storefront. It works. Installation. I will just do this. You can start it with one command. I will let me stop this server and start it in here, because if not, I get confused. Yeah, start. Okay, and then I wait go back to my here. All right, so npx Vue Storefront CLI in it. You can also download the CLI. Then you have the command that's called BSF from Vue Storefront. Let's do it like in the docs in it, and then we see what happens. The project name is going to be the event app Vue Storefront. Okay. And we're going to use, so this is very cool. In Vue Storefront, you can select which of the backends you want, which of the e-commerce integrations you want to use. And in this case, I want to use Vendure because that's what we set up now. Oh, okay. Something, no, okay, that was fast. Let's go to Vendure app Vue Storefront. Yeah. Here, I think I do have to install.
I was going to ask, did that npm install? But no, okay.
No,
it would have
no,
been too
didn't.
fast.
That would have been very cool, yes. Now it's installed.
Okay. That was still fast.
All right, so now I can yarn dev, and this starts up the Nuxt server locally.
We have a question here.
Yes.
Amadeus.
Amadeus, if you implement custom endpoint data not related to Vendure entities, would you recommend REST or GraphQL to integrate this with the backend? I think this is up to preference. Vue Storefront works as great with REST as it does with Graph. So I think it boils down to personal preference, if you ask me.
From the Vendure side, I would recommend GraphQL just because I think it's better to work with on the front end. But Vendure supports both setting up new GraphQL queries, mutations, but also you can set up REST endpoints with Vendure pretty easily.
All right,
I guess it just depends on what you like and what's your use case.
Oh, Rafik, for your information, it's hard to read the text. It's too small, at least for me on full screen. Rafik, I suppose you mean, I don't know if you mean the IDE review or the website. I will make both.
Everything's pretty small for me, actually. I'm with Rafik on this one.
Okay, I will try to. Okay, so here, so this loaded, and okay, now we get an error here, which is my bad because I didn't read the the instructions, because there it says probably somewhere that you need to know, well, the project doesn't know yet which backend to use. So let's go ahead and just open this also in VS Code. Then we will see how that works. So here is our Vue storefront project. And here we have the environment variables, but as example. So this is already correct. This is exactly the Vendure GraphQL endpoint, and the token method is also right, I think. And we just have to rename this to, and so it takes it. Would be so. This is, I think I don't need it anymore because I have it both open on in the VS Code, and I think now I can run it again. Rafik says both. Okay, Rafik, is it better now, or do I have to zoom in again? Please let us know. I will zoom in a little bit more, but then it's going to be a bit hard to code, but we will see. Okay, now let's go back to the. I will also zoom in here when we reload this. Okay, here's our store now with our products. And my idea was to put this, the link from the manual PDF URL, or how did we call it, here as additional. And if you want something else, like put it here or down here, just a link where you can download said PDF, or the linked PDF. All right, so what we have to do is we have to extend the default query. And let's go very quickly to GitHub to look at that. So GitHub, with it, Vue community, Vendure. I will zoom in here as well. So here is the Vendure integration. And here we have to go into API client, source, API, and here we have all the queries. So, and what we need for this, because we want to edit the product, is to get product, preview the product here. Is the entire query, right? We just had now slug description and I think ID, and that's it. And this is the default query that's automatically what queried when we call the database. So I will just copy all of this and put it in our playground and see what happens. Okay, this is everything that's going to be loaded when we call the DDF. Okay, but we also want the custom fields.
You need to go inside that curly, yeah. That's it.
Fields. And we need somewhere here, probably at the bottom. Oh yeah, here you close the custom fields. Okay, so this what we hear from the Vendure integration. We need to extend it by what I just did now in the playground. We need to add this, and to do this, I will also check out the Vue storefront docs. So let's just go to Vue storefront docs, and I just go here, custom supporting custom GraphQL queries, which is exactly what we want. Dynamically change GraphQL queries. Yeah, this is okay. Don't forget to reload the application. Okay, important. Doesn't work if you just have the hot reload and stuff. Okay, what do we need to do? We need to go into our search and add a custom query there. And we ignore this for now. This come from, I think it says down here. All right, yeah. So I think this is what we need. Here you can put a custom query. You give it a name. This is the name that you have to we later have to put in our product. Call the name, and you give it the the variables. Oh yeah, because we need to know the ID and stuff. And then we define a query as a string, basically. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what I would do now is I would go ahead, take my query here that I know that works with the custom fields and copy the whole thing. And I would let me just hide this. Okay, I would not like to have this as text in the middleware where we have to put it. I will just create a separate file to have it clear. I will create in the root folder something custom queries, just so it's cleaner, and we just call it product with custom fields query. Nice and descriptive. Oh no, this is not it. So we need to export it's a string. This is how, and now it's not well.
And is Vue Storefront written with JS or TS?
It's with TS, but it's supports both.
Okay.
I could actually put TS here because it uses TS in other. I almost thought my VS Code would crash because it kind of loaded a lot. Okay, so now I export this query tucked away in a file, product with custom fields query in our custom queries. All right, so now I can import that here in the middleware. The middleware in Vue Storefront, very short, is so we have the front end, which is, well, everything you see. And when the front end wants data, in this case, it wants the data of the product, it doesn't wait to the Vendure backend or any other backend for that matter. It goes to the middleware, and the middleware takes care of that communication towards the backend. So that's why here in the middleware, we have to make some changes. So I will just import this product with custom fields query. A little bit long, but at least we know what's happening. And we just import it. I would like to say like this, slash, oh, no. I didn't copy that. Okay. How is it called? Product with custom field query TS. And then I have to go back and cheat in the docs here. I will just add custom queries, and as I did before, I will just copy this and customize to my needs. I think below the configuration. So, okay, I will also call this first product with custom fields.
And is this kebab case? Is that just a convention with the name of the custom query? Could you actually call it anything you like?
Yes, I think you could call it anything you'd like, but it's like this in the docs, so I suppose that's the convention we have there. All right, and here the query, we can just replace it by the this one. It's product with custom fields query. All right. This looks good enough for me. Let me see again here. So yeah, of course, we don't have to forget to add this to the search, which we will see in a second where it is. I will copy this out as well. And all right. Okay, but I think this looks good. We have this here. The file is linked correctly, which is nice. We export the query there. I will close this. Looks fine. Good enough. Then I will something that's called first product view. It's a page. It's a product page. It's what you see here. This with the name here and the breadcrumbs here, the description, etc. So here we have to go and look for this search because that's where all of this happens on the server-side rendering. Here, we have the ID here, and I think we can just add the custom queries here. Metadata, I think I don't need that. And this was called, let me just go ahead and copy that. If not, I will get it wrong. And then look for days on end, what happened. All right. Oh, where did it jump to? Here, okay. Search ID, custom query, products. It's not products I want, it's product I want. Okay. Now, let's check. Let me check again. So in the search, we go to this custom query that's called product with custom fields. The middleware knows that this is a custom query, so it knows how to pick it up, passes the variables, and it loads the custom query, which we defined in a separate file here. Okay, this looks good enough for me. We will probably not see anything, but I want to reload the server just to see if we don't have any syntax error. Oh, this looks good so far.
What was that search function that you were just modifying there, where you passed the custom query in the products.view?
This is, I think this is how it queries the middleware. Well, it has middleware which item to search for or to query for in the backend. I think that's what it does. There's also awaiting, so there's something asynchronous happening here. So I strongly suppose it goes to the middleware and waits for whatever comes back from the backend.
Okay.
Okay, so our site still works. Good enough. Okay, now comes another tricky part. We have to in order to load this custom query, let's go to the setup function here and load those here. Is this still the setup function? Yeah. Let's just go here, load this. Custom fields, and it's on product value. It's not on product singular because there, I think we can't go on product when we have the custom fields. Okay. So we just go here on the products custom fields. This should do it. And before I return this, let me just log it out. Because
I would have done that too.
Let's see what happens there. Let's go here. Is it? Oh yeah, custom fields. Oh yeah.
Oh, hey.
It does
getting
work.
Close.
We're getting close. Yes. Cool. 40 minutes in, and still time. Oh, we have some more comments. Sorry, guys, for not responding. That bro responded to Amadeus. My vendor said that has a use case for REST endpoint. That is to serve a webhook. Let me just show this on the screen, which is a webhook which is required by one of the fulfillment. For everything else, it tries to use GraphQL. Okay.
Yeah, it's quite a common pattern.
Yeah, Amadeus it says this is good practice. And Amadeus is going. Okay.
See you later.
Nice for having Amadeus, and I hope to see you in the next stream. We still have 9 people watching. Thanks everyone for sticking so far. We are almost done, but some little more steps to go. All right, so this custom fields, it has the information we want. It's good. So we just need to pass it onto our template. We'll just return it here. So there's custom fields. And then I would just go. So we wanted to have it here in additional. I would close this again. Additional information. And I would just do the lazy thing. I would just look for additional information. And there I can put it. All right. So this will be a link. Let's give it the let's give it a class. So this and custom. Oh, let's call it manual PDF URL, something like that. Oh, I wanted a anchor. Okay. And the link is going to be at custom fields. Let's just check if fields dot manual. How was it? PDF?
No. Go and copy paste.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will. If it doesn't work, we know where to look for. So
actually, that looks familiar.
Conditional rendering only if we have custom fields and if there is a URL there. If not, we have a problem. There's probably some cleaner way to do this, but I do this. You do it like this for now. We don't have a text here. Download manual as PDF, something like that. Oh, it messed up my nice format. Oh, okay, what happened? I wanted this to be here and this to be here.
Nope, not allowed. Computer says no.
No. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's recharge, reload the site. Additional information. Cool.
Wow, it's there. That's so cool.
It's there. Download.
Download it. Let's see them. Oh, well, it's very simple to use these kind of laptops. You don't really need a manual. They just work, all right?
Yeah, well, actually, have you seen what comes with book? Like just a little thing that says basically only the legal information they need, and the rest.
That's right.
Yeah, you have to just know it, or you know someone who knows it. All right, so yeah, we could now go and make it a target blank and that it opens in another window, but this is not what we're here for. So we got it here. Let's just. Yeah, I'm a little bit suspicious. Let's go to somewhere where we didn't set it up. There were.
Oh.
What's
going on here?
Let me see.
Ah.
Oh.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. Oh.
Ooh.
This didn't happen, or this I didn't check in my run. So now we have to see. Okay. I suppose it has to do with that I loaded here. I load the custom fields here. Oh no, it's probably because it's not reactive. I suppose. This is just my guess. To make it reactive, what would we have to do? We could make a computed value out. Well, it should be reactive because it's value. Let's just try.
I'm afraid I can offer no help on this. I know nothing about Vue.
doesn't turn out in an embarrassment. Okay. Let's see. You have to should work without reloading the server. Let's try this again. We go to the laptop. Here it shows.
Okay,
we go to tablet. And it doesn't show.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
exciting.
Okay, so note for everyone that's watching this, it has to be reactive, and you can make it reactive with a computer property. I am actually not sure if this is the best practice to do this, but it looks similar to everything else here, so I suppose we're good. Let me try again by going back to the laptop just to make sure. Additional information. Yeah, there we are. Okay. Scared enough for this. So we have this working. We still have some times to spare. Let's. So this is the first part of this show we wanted to do. The second part was going to be taking a look at the Vendure image transformation API.
Yeah.
So I will just go here, image trans. Yeah, there we are. Okay. As a preview, images can be transformed, resized, and cropped on the fly by appending query parameters in the URL. Okay, so you just add this type of parameters, and it. Okay. I will just copy this, and I will go back to my store, and I will, for example, here, related items, related products. I will just go here for the image address, and there it loads the entire thing, the big thing, which is not, because we only need, I don't really know.
Okay, so those are actually not using thumbnails; they're using the full size image, but just scaling it down in the HTML.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like 150 something pixels.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we go. What did I want to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to go from copy this and see. So this is okay. It loads from our assets. This is the asset server we saw before, I suppose. And then here we can add those. Oops. Those. Well, here I don't know. Can you see this zoom in?
Yeah, I can see 2 question marks there.
Okay, yeah. So. Okay, cool. Yeah. So it resizes. Nice. What if I put like very big? Okay, so it's.
Oh, it's limited by the height there. You see, it's
by the height. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
So
in resize mode, it will preserve the aspect ratio. If you change the mode to crop, then you can use any dimensions you like.
Okay, so this is 1000, but we don't need it 1000. Let's say we need to give a little bit room, something like this. Cool. And let's say I want it square. Like I can crop it. I saw something with crop. When cropping an image, mode crop, Vendure will attempt to keep the most interesting area of the image in the cropped frame. It does this by finding the area of the image with the highest entropy. Oh, that's cool. So it does this intelligently. You don't have to put anything.
It tries to, yeah.
It tries to.
It sounds really sophisticated. I gotta put a disclaimer that I didn't code any of this stuff. This is using the Sharp image library, which is a really, really great image processing library for Node.
Cool. All right. However, sometimes this is not okay. Yeah. Disclaimer. Doesn't always work perfectly. Okay, what is the focal point? The focal point of the image may be specified by passing. These are normalized coordinates. So I suppose when I have 0.5 and 0.5. That's the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just assume. So if I don't put focal points, it does the intelligent thing, where it tries to find the
it will
most.
just try to pick the best center to crop to. Yeah.
Okay.
In many cases, especially with these pictures, in many cases it looks fine. Some of them look a bit off, especially some of the plants don't look so good.
Let's do it 200 by 200. And we do it crop. Oh, it's not height, it's H.
Sorry, yeah, that's right.
H, yeah. Okay, now cool. Then if I could set the focal just to play with it, where was it? Where is it? Oh, it was here. I will just use this example. So it would be on the X scale a little bit more to the left.
Yeah, to the left.
And on the Y scale a little bit more down.
I think it's to the bottom. You got to experiment. I can't remember if zero's at the top or at the bottom. Actually, the Y probably doesn't make much difference on this format.
This not because
if you made it like the height like 100, you probably see the difference.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So it goes. Okay. Top. But we want 200 by 200. And focal point, we just leave it as is. We don't add any extra. So this is our. So I will copy.
Can I point one thing out as well on the focal point?
Yeah.
Because it's quite hard to figure out how to what the focal point value should be when you're trying to do it manually. In the admin UI, there is a handy focal point editor where you can just drag the focal point around and set it.
Oh, well, I don't mind if I try that out.
Yeah, so if you go to assets, and then click on one. Let's see this stool right here at the top. It's kind of the focal point's not great because the top of the stool, the one next to it, the blue background stool. Yeah, so we could fix that. So if you go on edit and then set focal point on the right, and then just drag it somewhere. Like I don't know, so drag it somewhere else, and then set focal point at the bottom in the blue button. Okay, and then if you go back to the assets list page, you see that now. Okay, I mean it's still not a great focal point, but you can adjust it till it looks right.
Yeah. Okay, so I wouldn't have to pass this focal manually. I could just like not put it, and if I need to have the image adjusted, I just go ahead and move the focal point in the backend.
Not quite. So what happens is it sets the focal point on the asset, but then if you want to get that information in your storefront, you still have to query for the focal point coordinates.
Okay. All right.
And then you can put those into your query string. So that's the full solution, which maybe you don't want to do that now, but that's how it would be done.
Yeah. Okay. Then. Oh, but that's cool. Then at the end you can have it where you just edit it in the backend and.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Someone said something about the focal point. Samundra, nice feature on the focal point. Never used it before. So now it's time to use it in the next project.
Yeah, we're all learning.
Yeah. So okay, cool. What did I want to do? Well, I think I will stick with the standard and just use crop 200 by 200, and it will try to guess the focal point. I will copy this. And I want to, where is it? Here, my store. This match with, I want to have them all the same, like all squared. And this is the related products. Let's just go and look for something that's called related products components. Cool. And here, okay, where is the URL for this? Okay, let me just write a function to do this. Probably here. Transform image URL.
What is this autocomplete?
It's a Copilot.
Okay, all right. I never used that before. It's very clever.
Well, in this case, it doesn't really.
Yeah, we need to train it more on more Vendure data.
So we return the URL. Yeah, this is it's pretty much just I wanted 200 by
Almost.
200.
Yeah, and it's mode rather than fit.
Yeah. So yeah, mode. Okay. And then I have to pass this as. So I can use it in here somewhere. There should be passing some URL. If I find it. Oh, here.
Oh, image, yeah.
So yeah, I will just transform this. So we go ahead. So this is a URL. This is a preview. It's a URL. We pass it to transform image, which is down here. And we just add this. So if I'm not mistaken, oh, look at this.
Wow, already,
yes. Cool.
Looks way better.
Nice. Yeah, nice square. Let's scroll through something.
And I guess we're saving hundreds of kilobytes over the wire right now.
Oh, we should make that just see the network. Do I have it filtered? Or not? Just let's go ahead. Just the media.
Images, I think it's specific for.
Oh yeah. Okay. So here we have. Can we see the total of this?
Yeah, down the bottom, 147K right now.
147K. Okay, and if we just leave it as. Let's do it again. This doesn't look correct.
Oh, here we go. Oh, 889K.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to. Oh, hold on.
Oh, it didn't load it the first time. It's
Yeah,
kind of lazy
it's-
loading.
Oh,
Okay, so
this
we've got to do
is
a fair
so
test here.
sneaky.
So this
Oh,
is
okay.
actually okay. What's that?
it's-
1.5 megs.
Okay.
All the way to
1.5
the bottom.
megs
1.5.
in total. Yes. Okay. So let's go back at this. I will reload the site. I will scroll all the way down.
Okay, 1.4.
1.5.
Okay.
1.4.
So we save at least 100K. I think there's only 2 images showing there anyway, so that's pretty good saving for 2 images.
Oh, yes, that's true. So if we had more space and go through them, yeah, we will probably save some more. But yeah, 100 kilobytes, 200 kilobytes. It's well, if you load a lot of stuff. Yeah.
And the nice thing is these transformed images will then get cached on the back end, so they don't need to be regenerated each time. Like once you've done a certain width, height, and crop mode, it is cached then, so it'll be really fast the next time.
Wow, cool. All right. So this was fun, and we accomplished everything we set out to, and we are even pretty on time with the 1 hour. Wow, this wasn't even planned. I was like, yeah, it's going to be between 45 minutes and 75, 75. Cool. So yeah, so just to recap what we did, we set up a Vendure backend, a front end, just front end that connects to the Vendure backend. We added custom fields to Vendure. We loaded those in the front end in Vue.front. Then we explored the Vendure image transformation API, and we added that to our project in Vue.front to save us a couple of hundreds kilobytes of data transfer. All right, yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for joining in and watching. We still have 8 people watching, which is not that bad for a live stream.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone out there. Also, thank you everyone that participated in the discussions. Rafik, that bro, Amadeus, and Samundra. Very great having you in the comments, cheering us on and participating. And of course, thank you, Michael, for joining in and having this nice demo and chat with me. And
Thank you for having me.
you.
Oh, look, Philip just showed up. You're late.
Oh,
he's got to catch the video.
Oh, Philip, we are sorry. We just wrapped up the episode. We were about to close this down. Thanks anyway for joining.
That Bros made a comment or a question here as well.
Yeah, could you maybe have a brief mention on Vendure channels?
Yeah, I can speak about that a minute.
Sure.
Yeah, Vendure channels is a way to split your Vendure server into many. It can be many stores. For example, you can have a multi-tenant setup with like different shops running on the same Vendure instance. You can assign permissions so that people can only see like one channel or another channel, and the inventory, the orders, the customers can be split by the channels. So it's a very flexible way to manage like complex inventories over multiple tenants. That's it. More in the docs.
Cool. Thank you for that input. Right here. At least, Philip, yeah, at least you made it. Thank you for joining, even at the very end. All right. I think we are ready to wrap this up. So we learned a couple of new things. Oh, yeah, important. If you do this, don't forget to make computed property instead of just the value, because that will bite you later. All right. So yeah, thanks again, Michael. Thanks again, everyone who tuned in, and I hope to see you in many more episodes of Life Learning with Mark. See you around, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.